Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation today is from Suhi Mahalla Panjwa, and in this sabad, it is a meditation on a question that runs through much of philosophy and religion. The question being, where can we find stability in a world that is intrinsically unstable? And the fifth Nanak, Guru Arjan's answer, is that the world cannot be made secure. It is change. But through Guru Tyaaye, through an attention that is shaped by good wisdom, the mind comes to recognize Har Charan, Hari Charan, the lotus feet of Har, meaning the wisdom of Har, which is the deeper ground of reality. And that's how it becomes a sthir, steady. So in the opening stanza, Sant Prasad Nihachal Ghar Paia, Sarab Sukh Phir Nahi Dulaya. Nihachal Ghar Paia. Nihachal is an unwavering state, stable, that was made possible through the Sant. The Sant here, an awakened mind pointing to the Guru. And when that stable state was found, Sarab Sukh Phir Nahi Dulaya. Sarab Sukh, groundedness, comfort, which could not be shaken, nahi dulaya. So Nihachala is that inner ground that we are talking about. It does not move whenever circumstances move. So in a sense, it is freedom from passions. And in common parlance, we would call it equanimity or sahaja, although it also equates to sarab sukh in this verse. One must keep in mind, however, that the English equanimity describes the surface. Nischala goes much deeper. It implies the very ground from which equanimity arises. So the unmoving state of Nischala is then the opposite of Dulaya. Sarvasukh fir nahi dulaya, a state that cannot be shaken. So even if external events keep shifting, the inner center of the mind stays stable. And this is possible because the Guru transmits that knowledge to the mind, whereby this happens. Guru te aaye har charan man chin hai, taate karte asthir kine. Only when the Guru enlightener becomes the focus of attention, Guru Tyaaye, in other words, when you turn your mind to Guru wisdom, then the presence of Har Charan as consciousness is recognized within the mind, man chine. Then tate karta asthir kine, the karta doer, stabilizes the mind. So this is the method to attain that state of nischala. It revolves around attention, to constantly hold good attention, wisdom in one's mind. This is an attentive awareness until one trains the mind to see past the turbulence of the ego mind and recognize the underlying ground, the Hari, the Har. So this is something that happens with the Guru. Gun gavat achut abhinasi, taate kati jam ki phasi. This kind of tells us what is going on when Guru wisdom is the center of one's attention. Gun gavat, we become familiar, we express, we begin to articulate that wisdom which is imperishable, achut abhinasi, unfailing, imperishable, and you begin to see reality for what it is. And you begin to see tate kati jamaki fasi. You begin to read time existentially, because normally it is the tyranny of time that keeps the mind trembling and unstable. Mortality holds for us fear of loss of one form or the other. So this is the grounding in the imperishable. Kar kirpa line lad laye, sada anand nanak gun gaye. Now, grace. At the end of the day, Guru wisdom is a matter of grace, because the ego simply cannot lead itself to that space. It has to be drawn in, ladalai, line ladalai. Only then does Nanak live in Sada Ananda Nanak Gun Gaye. So ladalai, being attached to the hymn, drawn in. This is a metaphor for internalizing Guru wisdom. So you remember we talked about charan, har charan, chinhe. Now that becomes more intimate. From following the footsteps, it is to holding of the robe of the Guru. So in either case, what is being communicated to us is orientation and connection. That is what we have to do, and realize that it is a gift. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.